Typically, it begins just by going slow. I mean, with surfing, you are no longer in your element, and just by nature, you aren't very fast. And by immersing yourself in a vast alien environment, there's enough room to pause and let your mind wander and take in your surroundings. I find that in my day-to-day, this is such a rare moment. Almost all of my time is spent with my attention on outside stressors, schedules, tasks, keeping up with the hyper pace of the modern world. But here I can slow and bring my attention to what's around me, rather than the usual narrow focus inward. When riding a wave, your focus becomes entirely present, and everything becomes simplified to a single turn and what's happening in those exact movements. It takes you out of the constant worry about the past and the future and places you directly into that very moment. And I think that's something I so rarely achieve in my day-to-day. Syncing with these forces of nature offers a perspective of where our problems stand in the universe. Moments and instances are fleeting, and problems are no more permanent than we are. But once I'm out of the water, I inevitably start to slip back into old habits and routines. My outlook will begin to sprint between issues and circumstances that I wish were better, without any appreciation for here and now. Even though I know better. I mean, why is that? Why do we so easily look past the value of small things and spend so much of our lives focusing on things with little true importance, or that add any value to our well-being? On a recent surf trip to the South Pacific, I was able to take a much deeper dive into this process, where rather than just a single pre-work session, but instead, day after day was spent reconnecting with the experiences that we truly value. On these islands, however, you become hyper-focused on the present for more reasons than just the love of surfing. If, like myself, you are transitioning from the forgiving breaks of Southern California to hurling yourself over Barrier Reef, even smaller waves can then seem much more consequential. And even though you may be a veteran back home, you may start feeling your confidence wane and need some tips and prodding to go over the edge. Once you are comfortable in this new arena, you can begin to appreciate the beauty of the almost machine-like perfection of every set rolling through. This display of nature's power and elegance is both exhilarating and awe-inspiring. But for those looking to push themselves to the limit, in the sublime beauty and raw power of the ocean on tap here, there are also some waves that can only be described as a true beast of nature.
This is cloudy. Holy shit.
I was gonna get hosed.
Somebody tells me that. Mike's like, get me the dog out here. Man, look how fat that is.
It is fat.
Oh, Eric? Do it, Eric.
Oh, that was right on the. Wait, the next one.
He sends it. Handler.
Guy goes, paddle! And I was like, I'm fucking paddling. Paddle fucking harder. Really? And I just went,
It's funny how sometimes with traveling or surfing, it's not about the experiences gained, but more about gaining a new perspective with which you're able to examine your day-to-day at home and reevaluate it almost from a distance. Sometimes I'm amazed at how this difference in perspective on really long trips makes it seem almost as if you are looking at your life from afar. You can see back on where you've come, where you're heading, and what you might want to do different when you return. This feeling is really heightened when surfing and traveling, and I think it has to do with finding yourself in a huge environment that makes you feel very small, but at the same time it makes you feel kind of powerful. It helps you notice that you are really part of a huge system of relationships around us. The ocean, the weather, the plants, the trees, the animals, and it kind of puts you into place. Finding that moment of clarity, whether it's a few minutes when surfing before work, or in the middle of a trip where you realize you still have multiple days left, it lets you really stop and actually live, present and connected.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get caught up in our day-to-day and forget to look at where we are in the moment. Surfing really takes me out of there and helps me refocus, and in a way it's almost like therapy. And anytime I can stop and then take that clarity with me throughout my days, it's a victory. It really is at the heart of why I love this sport.
my mind. Where